All right, guys, let's talk about the Ford government backtracking on the work permits that they wanted to create for asylum seekers here in Ontario. However, before we get started, guys, my name is Manish. I'm an immigration consultant here in Canada. So if you enjoy content like this, make sure you follow for more. And if you're looking for any services, for example, review of basis of claim, consultation, etc., you can send me a DM. All right, let's get into the actual article. It looks like the Ford government is backtracking on the work permit because they have stated that they don't want to be repeating the work that the federal government is already doing. Initially, the idea of this work permit came because Mr. Ford had heard that the work permits right now are so backlogged that it takes about 2 years. Now, it's really interesting because when I first made the initial video, a couple of videos before that I made, I didn't realize that he had said that he thought it was 2 years. Reading this article, I understand that he initially thought that a work permit takes 2 years. In my professional experience, it's never been 2 years in order to get a work permit. Generally, the process now could change a little bit here and there depending on the person, but it is once you send your claim, you have to do your biometrics and your medical exam and an eligibility hearing, and then after a couple of weeks, if you are eligible and you can get the work permit, you should be able to get the work permit in mail. I've never seen it be 2 years. Now, what I think happened is I think he confused the whole duration of the asylum claim with the duration to obtain the work permit during the asylum claim. Now, the thought behind it was a good one in my opinion, but I do agree it is a repetitive process that isn't really necessary. But he does state that he also believes that asylum seekers do really want to work. And I've mentioned several times on my platform that all the asylum workers that I've worked with, always their first initial thought is, when can I get my work permit so I can begin working? Now, for the xenophobic comments that I get, and how people like to go on and be like, asylum seekers are here only to get free money and they're taking money and they don't contribute to anything. You are wrong. It's okay to admit it, because even the government can recognize that asylum seekers do want to work legally in Canada. And when they work, they provide taxes, which is deducted from their paycheck like everybody else. And also they pay taxes every year. So it's not just me or other advocates that say this. But what are your guys' thoughts? Do you think this was all unnecessary? What do you think about the Ford government backtracking?